For my internship, I worked at Passion Vines Wine Bar and Spirit Company as the event manager. This is located in Summers Point, New Jersey, and they also have a location in Egg Harbor Township, but I worked at the Summers Point location because we have a bar inside of this location. So at the beginning, what I did was I brainstormed ideas with Michael, who was the owner, and Maria, who was in charge of the events for the past 5 or so years. Now Nikki is taking over as Maria is leaving. So I worked with Maria and Nikki both during my internship. This is just an overview of the events that we offer. This way we had an idea as to what exactly we do at Passion Vines and what areas we need to work on. Next, we came up with a list of different things where we believe that we need to improve, what our vision is, what details we want more of, where we see ourselves in the future technology wise, and then also displaying photos, training for team members, and how we're describing the events, as well as the glassware and the tasting mats and having more advertisement. Next, Nikki and I took that list and we created deadlines for the ones that we thought were the most important and the most valuable to our events. Following this is our event checklist for Summers Point. This is something that I am in charge of. So the cover sheet lists all of the products during the events, the presenters, the name of the event, and the jobs of different people when it comes to the check-in and the pictures. And to the right, you'll see one of the pages of the checklist. It shows activities that need to be completed the week of and then the day of, making sure all of these different tasks are completed before the event starts. And these are the other pages, and the checklist also includes what needs to occur after the tasting happens. This helps us stay on track and keep track of what exactly we need to do, and it also helps new employees, or if I'm absent, it'll allow people to see exactly what needs to be done. And once you complete a task, you initial it. This way we know it actually did get done, and we can just double check to make sure that it was done. This is the last page. This is one of the more important pages for our checklist. I fill this out during or after the event. It lists how many settings were poured, how many guests were paid, and then it lists all of the products used and how much of the product we actually opened. This then gets put into our event calculator and helps us figure out how profitable our events were and if we needed to change anything next time around. So even though we have this event checklist, we wanted to make another one, and we're currently working on revamping the old one. But this one is a day of, an hour before checklist to ensure that things have been done, and also we had a problem with too many cooks in the kitchen, so this allows us to assign tasks to team members, make them in charge of it, have them initial it when it's done, and helps keep everyone on track and out of each other's way and make it more efficient instead of thinking that they're helping when really it's slowing the process down. One of the first things I did when I took on my role was change the way we did our name tags for the events. To the left is our old name tag. We just used a piece of computer paper and wrote in Sharpie marker on it, and it just took away from the experience we wanted our customers to have. So the right is our new name tag. Nikki and I designed these. We went to Michael's, we bought clothespins, little wooden shapes, and we painted them with chalkboard paint. And then we also bought chalkboard markers to use. This allows for a better experience when it comes to our events. It makes the names stand out more. They're reusable, which is great. And it also allows for us to mark easily who our first-time customers are. So one of the questions we ask when you sign up is if it's your first time. We want to make sure that we make the first-time event customers have a special experience, and this way it allows for us to know who we need to go up to and interact with and see how their experience was. This way we can bring them back into our as reoccurring event customers and just customers in general. So I also redesigned the event reservation sheet. On the left is a picture of what our old one looks like. Our bar can fit a maximum of 30 people at it when it comes to a tasting. So we originally had all 30 spots on one side of a standard letter paper, and it didn't really ask very many questions. It ended up being very small. People were writing really cramped, and it led to misreading of names, not spelling names correctly, so I decided that we needed to change it immediately. So on the right hand side is the new sheet that I created. It is now printed on a legal size piece of paper. We doubled the spaces so they are larger for you to write in, and it's now double-sided with 15 spots on each side. Some of the questions that we now ask include, like before, the name, phone number, and email, but we also now ask how they heard about us to see what marketing is working, what isn't working, if we have event customers referring people to us. We also ask if this is their first time, like I said before, so we can make it known to the team whose first time it is, and to make the experience especially more special. And we also ask the question about food allergies. Now, with people having a lot more gluten allergies and everything, we want to make sure that we're accommodating all of our customers and substituting their tasting plates with something else if they do have an allergy. These are pictures of our event flyers. On the left is the simple flyer. This one, Nikki and I decided should just stay the same and how it is, because it's just an easy, quick way to see what events we have coming, when they are, and how much. On the right is a more detailed description of our events. This is an old one that we have. We found that we found people not really taking the time to read them, and it was maybe too many words to look at once, especially when you were ringing someone up and they were sitting there trying to read it and then getting distracted. So instead, as you see here, we created a new event description flyer that now has bulleted points. So this allows for a quick read, right to the point as to what to expect from our events, and just an easier way for our customers to see what exactly is going on. This right here is a first time coupon that Nikki and I created. So, like I said before, if it's your first time, we want to make it extremely special when it comes to the events. So we created this coupon that we give to the first timers at the end of the night, and it allows them to come back to our bar and experience our bar on another level. This allows them just to come in, hang out, see who the team is really all about, see how we work together, and allows us to interact more one-on-one with them instead of in a group setting. This right here is our tasting mats. On the left is the standard generic tasting mat. This is the one that we use all the time for wine events. On the right is the one that I recreated. We were finding that a lot of people wanted to have more interaction, so they would be writing all over their tasting mat but not really having a spot to write it, and also it helps guide them with questions to ask. So in the circle, I have a place for the region to mark how fruity, how earthy it is, if it's light or if it's bold. And it also allows them to rate the wines. This way, at the end of the event, they know which ones that they liked, what type of wines they liked more. They can bring it home with them, or we can even collect them and gain information back as to what wines worked, what didn't work, and what the more popular ones were. Here's a list of questions that Nikki and I also created. We are looking into having a focus group come up. We want to find out from our valued event customers, what they think of our events. So the ones who come to almost every event are the ones that will be at this group. We want to make it special, so we're going to have it off premises, and we're also going to have someone else direct the questionnaire and the focus group, because we want it to be more of an unbiased setting and have our customers feel better about giving feedback without us actually being there. So we decided to focus on 3 main areas: the value that they're getting from the event, presentation, and what they see our future events like. On the right-hand side, we have a list of businesses in Somers Point, Ocean City, and Marmora, and Linwood, of places that we leave our flyers at. We just recently started doing this. I thought that we needed to do more local marketing to help bring in our customers. So Nikki and I created this chart. It lists the business with the type of flyers that we left there, the date we left them, and the team member who left them there. This way we can keep track of the businesses that are going to need updated flyers, who did it and when, to help us stay more organized. This is a sheet that Nikki and I also created to leave at the bar during the events to have our customers who aren't already rewards members sign up for rewards cards. This makes it faster for us to sign them up and easier, and it also ensures that we can get their information so we can send them out the survey at the end of the events, and also send them coupons and email blasts about upcoming events to help promote them more and gain them as repeat customers. Here is our team event feedback sheet. So a new rule that we implemented is any new team members to Passion Vines, they are required before their 90-day review to attend an event. This will allow them to experience the event firsthand and help with them promoting the event, feeling more comfortable, give us feedback from an outside view, and they may see things that we don't, give us an idea of what we need to work on, what we're strong at. And overall, the event feedback sheet is meant to improve. If we don't get criticized, we don't receive negative feedback, then we're not going to be able to grow and become better than ever. So other implementations that I have done, I created a future event discount. So just recently it stopped, and we're starting a new one up, but it was the night of a tasting. If you signed up for any future event, you received 20% off. So this helped ensure that we were getting more signups for future events. I also created a purchase tracking SKU. So during the events, this allows us to enter this SKU and see what customers are exactly buying during the event. And lastly, I also was able to get polishing rags for us. This helps us with our glassware and keeping them clean. And then future implementations are an in-store photo display, the installation of a dishwasher finally, so I stop having to wash all the dishes, full page event descriptions in the new menus that we're about to release, and then also putting curtains behind the bar. And that's everything. So thank you.